Hello, everybody, and welcome to Durham, New Hampshire, where MTV and MySpace are teaming up for a very first in a series of interactive forums where we will be getting to know the men and women who are running for president of these United States. Now, what makes this whole thing, as we think, pretty unique is that we're opening it up to those of you here, not only in this room, but also online, to send us your questions, your comments, and let the candidate know if you're feeling spun or inspired by his answers, and we're doing all of this in real time. So today we're going to kick off our series with the former Democratic senator from the great state of North Carolina as MySpace and MTV present a presidential dialogue with John Edwards. Hi, everybody. I'm Gideon Diego.
And I'm Susan Park. Tonight, we will be acting as your moderators, but all the questions in this forum will be coming directly from you.
That's right. There's no delays. There are no censors, no tasers. Everything is coming from the people here and those of you guys watching online. And helping us out with all of this is Chris Cillizza, who is a political reporter for WashingtonPost.com, and he is manning what we are calling a first-of-its-kind instant feedback center, which I think you can probably explain the idea behind a little bit better.
Gideon, I'll do my best. What we're doing is, for the people watching on MySpace or MTV.com, I'll be taking questions via MySpace Instant Messenger, as well as reporting on the feedback we'll be receiving from you in real time via the polling widget you see on your screen right now, right below me. That'll let us know how you think Senator Edwards is doing in answering the questions and addressing the issues most important to you. So, without further ado, please welcome Senator John Edwards.
Thank you so much, Senator Edwards. Hi, how are you? Well, I don't know if you know this, but most of the students here are from New Hampshire, and a lot of them will be voting for the very first time. I've got our first student question for you. What's your name and what's your year, first of all?
I'm Ava, and I'm a junior here at UNH.
And what is your question for the senator?
My question, it's a question and a comment. It's about secondary and post-secondary education and the diversity in school curriculums. I just feel we're definitely at a point in this country where we're very Eurocentric in our school curriculums, but everybody in school is not European. And it's it's an underrepresentation, and it's continuous. Even now that I'm in school, it's taken me forever to read feminist scholars, gay lesbian scholars, even African American scholars, minority scholars. And I guess I'm just wondering, do you agree with the idea that it's time that we not only started to have these scholars represented in the classroom, but to integrate them into regular curriculums and not separate them into this special class? And if you do agree, what measures would you take as President of the United States, if you were to win, to make sure that integration happened and was possible for people?
Well, it's a great question.
Well, first, thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful question.
Thank you.
What you're describing, I have seen myself, and I've seen with my own children who are in public school in North Carolina. And if you're me and you're a parent, and I'm going to talk about being president in a minute, but as a parent, you want your children exposed to diversity. You want them to expose to a range of diverse scholars and diverse textbooks and diverse academic work so that they have the kind of perspective on the world that is represented by that kind of diversity. And that means African American scholars, Muslim scholars, means Latin American scholars. All should be Asian scholars. All should be represented in the curriculum. Now, the President of the United States has some capacity. So first of all, I agree with your concept. The President of the United States, but I have to be honest with you, the President of the United States does not run the public school system. And the President of the United States does not run colleges and universities. But there are incentives that the President can help create. For example, if we provide additional funding, financial incentives to both the public schools and to colleges and universities, and it's a reward for being willing to diversify their studies, to diversify the kinds of scholars that participate, to diversify exposure to all kinds of academic scholarship, and textbooks, then we, as a nation, say, we're going to help you do that. Now, we're not going to just leave it to the local schools and to the state colleges and universities, but America is going to actually be willing to create financial incentives for schools and universities to do that. What I believe at the end of the day is I think what's happened in America is the rest of the world does not see the America that you and I see. The world needs to see from us and from our president that we in America believe in equality, that we believe in diversity. We don't just tolerate it, we embrace it. It is who we are at our core, and the world needs to hear that from the President of the United States, and the President of the United States needs to make sure that all of our young people are learning it every single day.
Thank you, Senator Edwards. We have another question from Matt, who's a junior here, that's in a somewhat similar vein.
Hi. I was just wondering what you were planning on doing to make higher education more affordable for everyone.
Here's my idea. I'll be very specific. It's called College for Everyone, and the idea is this. If you graduate from high school and you're qualified to be in college, and you commit that while you're there, you'll work at least 10 hours a week, then America will pay for your tuition and books. Very simple, very straightforward. And I actually wanted to, this is an idea I had years ago, I wanted to see if it would work. So we started a College for Everyone model in a fairly low-income area of eastern North Carolina, where we went into the community and we said, we're going to make this available. We only did the first year of college because of the cost involved, but we did it, and what we found is it's hugely popular. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 70% of the kids in that area were signed up for it. And the reason is because we don't just give it away. You have to actually work to earn it. But it means that when you graduate from college, you don't have this crushing burden of debt that so many young people are faced with every single day. It is so important that what we've seen Bush do is take billions of dollars out of the federal budget for financial aid for kids to go to college. We've got when student loans are made, there's a big banking institutions or the intermediary between the government and the loan recipient. They're making billions of dollars a year just by virtue of being the intermediary in making the loans to students. That we should get rid of that intermediary. That money ought to be used to help kids go to college, not to pay big banks to make more money. And this College for Everyone, to me, is something that we ought to be doing everywhere in America.